remember those days, those L's. I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake games, staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride.
Freaking cracked my seat board right in half. Oh, I went to do a sat on the carve asymmetric entry, and it goes one rotation and then the second, and it's just poof, I dumped right through the seat. Oh, that is not good. So I floated down from like 2,000 feet with a freaking saggy diaper harness. It's like Taekwondo, but I don't do Taekwondo, and I still broke a board. Is this balsa? No, normally the stock Scout seat is like corrugated plastic, and I snap those right away, but when they snap, they're kind of like a nice spongy snap, and then I replace it with plywood, and one has never failed except for this one, where it started to go, which I don't think even weakened it, but
Is your rear okay?
a new seat board. All right, so we're out here at the Salton Sea, and we're hanging out with my friends from Team Fly Halo. Boyd and Dave are here. Dave's got the cat, so Jack and I are super stoked. But we've got 2 new wings to try out that the guys here have, and kind of part of my ongoing search for the next wing that I may or may not get, because my free ride's getting old. I've explained the whole thing. I'm interested in trying out new things in case there's something that's better. Otherwise, I'll just get another free ride 16. I've tried out the Warp, I've tried out the Carve. I just flew the Carve, and another wing on my list to try out is this new Cougar 3 from Nivik, or is it Niviak? I still don't know. Let me read some facts for you guys. Now, these are advanced wings. These are slalom wings. One characteristic you can judge a wing by is the aspect ratio. So my free ride has a flat aspect ratio of 5.65. If we go up to the Cougar 3, which is behind me, the Cougar 3 has a flat aspect ratio of 5.75, which means it's longer and skinnier as opposed to shorter and fatter, which generally equates to higher performance, higher lift, lighter handling, things like that, and also more efficiency. The Carve, on the other hand, is a 5.8, which is even more high aspect ratio. Now, I have behind me a Cougar 3. It's a new wing that recently was released, the 3 version at least. It's supposed to be very, very fast. This version is a 23 meter. I normally fly 16, so here's where it's going to be kind of hard to judge because it's so much bigger. I'm going to be lightly loaded on it. I won't be able to judge it very well because I'm used to flying much smaller models. Dave was telling me they use these, I forget what he said, titanium nitride something, I don't know, some type of metal to hold the leading edge open that is supposed to spring back to the shape it was created in, which is sick. It does feel springy, and it's very lightweight materials. Another thing that really sells me on it from the beginning is I didn't realize they were saying they use a lighter weight fabric material on this wing. That's a big selling point to me because I value easy launches, easy inflations. So enough with the talking. I say we get in the air and we try this guy out. After that, they've got a Link, Nivik Link 2, I think it's called, here to try out as well. And Jacqueline might actually try it out too. We'll see, potentially.
Did you see that cat?
I know, I filmed some.
Gosh.
She's adorable.
Oh yeah, Liftmaster 5000. Efficiency mobile. Try not to kick up too many rocks into my prop. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have climb rate for days on this thing. She is a big girl. Alright, let's look at some cool quirks and features of this wing. First thing is this toggle design, which is really, really interesting. 2D steering involves having a tip line and a main line. The 2D on this normally gets tied on 1 point, but they've put it on 2 points with this little 2-inch spreader bar thing in the middle. The other thing which I don't like so much is they've incorporated this weird magnet system. Watch, you take the magnet, you put it on, but then you can't pull it off. You have to pull it down to get it off. In my opinion, this is tied backwards though, because I would want this magnet that's on the right side on the left side, so I just go like that. I really like the riser layout. It's simple, it's streamlined, lightweight, small. The trim range is relatively short. It's almost comparable to my free ride. Oh no, I folded my seatboard again. Boyd hooked me up with a seatboard, stock seatboard from a Scout that was folded already, and it just folded again. Dude, with the efficiency of this thing and being such a big size, 23 meter, I have climb rate for days. Just try some itty bitty wing overs without folding my seatboard even more, which is a struggle. Yeah, she goes pretty nice. Feels like I'm driving a bus just because of the size, but you can tell if I flew it in a 16, it would be very flicky. Alright, took an elevator ride up to altitude. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I can't tell you that much off of this quick test flight. One, because this is a 23 meter, it's way bigger than I would typically fly. And two, because my seatboard is snapped, and I can't go too crazy with the wing overs without feeling like I'm gonna fall through my harness. But what I can tell you is, after flying this one, I would really, really love to fly the 16. I've always searched for a wing that can be an all-arounder. If I can have like one wing that'll do a lot of different tasks, this feels like it could be a definite candidate. I like the risers. I really like the toggles. If you flip-flop the tip line, I would like them a lot more. I like the trims. It feels very, very locked in. It feels confidence-inspiring. All I can say is I would really want to try out the 16, and it could be a definite contender. Let's try some slow flight. Pull some brake. See how she does. Nothing unexpected. Alright. That should be plenty of altitude. Right back up in the air. We're on a Nivik Link 2, which is apparently supposed to be like a low B, and this is a 21 meter, so this is actually kind of the right size for me. This is supposed to be like a safer beginner or second glider. It feels nice and responsive right from the get-go. Seems to handle nice. So on that launch, like I mentioned, I'm a big fan of easy launches. I don't like a glider that you have to do any special things for on launch. I just want it to come up and let me take off. And this did exactly that. And we don't have a whole lot of wind. It's just tickling the streamer a little bit. And the wing inflated, came right up, very predictable. And it actually wanted to overshoot just a hair, which is good in my opinion. I appreciate a wing that will overfly because then you can dial it back by giving it brake pressure. I don't like a wing that hangs back and you have to force it to get up above you. Alright, I'm gonna come in for the motor off landing. I would say this is very much similar to a spider, an ozone spider. It's like that nice, safe B-wing that you can still throw around. Inflates nicely. Oh yeah. It really handles well. Boyd was kind of raving about how nicely it handles. I gotta agree with him. It'll just do wing overs for days. And for a beginner wing, I mean, it's responsive. You can learn stuff safely on it. The inflation was nice. I dig it.
Alright, super impromptu wing impressions commenced. We're at the Home Depot and I gotta get myself a new seat board. Boyd was kind enough to loan me this one that he had that was already kind of folded, and like I mentioned, I folded it some more. It's corrugated plastic. So we're gonna go to Home Depot and fabricate one with some wood. So I've selected my new piece of wood, and normally Home Depot, I've done this before, they have the saws in the back and the employee will cut it for you, but apparently it's illegal for them to cut with less than 12 inches on either side of the blade. My seat board, 10.5 inches. Way too risky for Home Depot to tackle. So I've got this little saw. I'm gonna get a file to round off the corners and such, and we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way out in the parking lot with a pen and a paper. Alright, so it's me from the future. I'm just editing this video now, and I wanted to add some concluding thoughts. First, I got the seat board fixed up, and it hasn't broken since. Second, that Cougar 3, I reported back to my man Canyon at Team Fly Halo with my findings that the 23 flew really nice for a 23, even though it was super huge for me. And he went ahead and ordered a 16 and an 18 to demo. Canyon's gonna be sending the 16 back to home so that when I get there, I can demo that. And I'm really super stoked about the 16. I think it's gonna be super promising. It could be the all-around package. I don't know. I won't know until I fly it, but I wanna say stick around because once we get back home to New Jersey, I'll have that 16 ready to go, and I'm really looking forward to making an first flight impressions of that. I hope you guys enjoyed the impressions of the two new wings. I was honestly impressed with both of them for what they are. That Link 2 was really nice and smooth as well. A lot like the Cubic, but kind of more all around. The Cubic's more of like a cross-country driven wing, I think. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Stick around for the 16. I'm just super stoked to be able to try it. And thanks to Team Fly Halo for letting me demo their stuff and getting that 16 out, because I'm stoked on it. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode. Till then, peace.
When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till